Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak. Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky. And I was right. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. The youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
You ain't wrong, but if he hasn't made it to Amber Heights by now, there's no saving him.
Please, won't you go and find my boy? Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. It is deathly dangerous out there. I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad. He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me. He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a manta queen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already.
If a queen got to him, he died quick. Ought to be thankful for that. Most aren't so lucky.
Oh, where's my fainting chair? I can't take this! That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with them nutty iconoclasts, or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak. Or maybe marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby. Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound so exciting, like it's noble to risk it all out there, fighting for the greater good. How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons of anarchy and rebellion to anyone who'll listen. If they weren't holed up in Amber Heights, I'd knock them all upside the head. Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
A missão aqui. Foda que minhas armas não estão fazendo nada nos bichos, velho.
Can we talk?
Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink. Right. Here's the road. Follow it south.
gone quiet. Let's go.
That's the last of them.
Nossa, aqui é bom, né, cara? Lembrar que eu tô aqui. 58. Que eu tô aqui é quanto? 48. É, muda muita coisa, né? Espingarda da pata.
Returning fire!
Got him, Earth.
Caralho, a mina é forte, viu, velho? Porra. Vai arregaçar todo mundo.
I will end. Here we go!
Meu cara.
Getting through.
Eu vou botar tudo em arma, velho. Que não dá, não. Tá tudo aqui. Foda-se. História. 3. 2. Aqui eu tenho que botar em hacker também. Morreu um mano aqui, ó. 99. Que é quanto? 162.
South here. Off the road and down this slope. We've got a decent trek ahead of us.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the iconoclasts. I'm Rose. Please, take a pamphlet. In it, you'll find everything you need to know about Graham, his philosophist truths, and the iconoclast way. He wrote it himself, you know. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting we're out of pamphlets. Gosh, blast it. Why, we're the only free people in Halcyon. No corporations, no shackles, no problems. Oh, those are just hurdles. We deal with them as they come. You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep. That's a nice way to think about it. Graham would be our father. I suppose Zora might make a good mother if the two of them could stop arguing. You can think of those two as our leaders, but they're more like examples. We all ought to be more like them. Why, he's our founder. Graham taught us about philosophism. Through him, we came to the eternal truth. I'm glad you're asking, by the way. I hope you'll consider staying. She's been with us since the beginning. I think she was our sawbones back then, but now she's more like our commander. She goes and finds people in the wilderness and gets them to come here. And she keeps us from being chewed on and whatnot. She's liable to take your head off if you screw up, but then she'll sew it back on for you. Graham's place is in the large building straight back. Zora's sometimes there talking with him, but usually she's in the triage clinic next door. Oh, Graham settled here a long time ago. Shoot, I wish I had a pamphlet to give you. It's all in there. I wasn't around back then, but they say a lot of the old MSI corporate folks died here. He calls it a spiritual metaphor, something about rising from the ashes. The new boy! Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly. Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
As you were. I ought to mention, the iconoclasts are loyal followers.
Acertar ela. Vou modificar.
Read them right.
66. Tô usando essa pistola. Dá. Que dá 96, 75.
will do the same.
Não pode dançar, né?
Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
Everybody here looks wore out. Is it just me?
$43, 70, 120, velho. Quanto é que custa isso? 50. Acho que eu vou pegar isso aqui. Ah, não, custa 800. Não dá mais dano que a minha. Isso aqui é o que? Nossa plasma. Deixa eu vender um monte aqui. Não vou usar isso. Vamos lá. Acho que fica. Tá dando 124. Isso aqui 126. Não sei se eu fiz uma. Eu acho que eu fiz merda. Essa aqui tem mais bala no pente. Bora.
All I'm saying is it ain't worth it. It's gonna taste like sulfur all the same. Nuh-uh. Taro's
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger? Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker. You here to join the iconoclasts? Help us free this world? I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades, no matter what my mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me? I'd hope she'd accept my decision. According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life, she crammed a fear of danger down my throat. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you. She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. Why would I go back again? What'll be different this time? You're right. I can do this. I just need to stand my ground and make her see she can't control me anymore. No one can.
Hey, Cap. Got a minute?
Ah, acho que eu abri a porta lá de cima. Vi que ele abriu alguma porta, só não sei onde é. Mas... aqui.
What do you think you're doing? Suppose I can look at this button. Right. How many good books?
Carry on. I don't have time for this.
Hey! What do you think you're doing? Don't let me...
Manticore.
Yeah, we felled it, mind. But we lost two...
A stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a path to walk, you've found one. If you're looking for a teacher, I am one. Welcome to the Iconoclasts. The truth that I have come to learn and embrace since shedding the corporate yoke. Out here, we survive by the sheer strength of our spirit. We have no need for the endless rules and red tape of a corporate structure.
We do seem to burn through endless ammunition and medical tape, though.
Yes, well, such is life. Our descendants will enjoy safety and luxury, but our generation is the foundation on which that future is built. Now, why have you come? Awakening is available to all whose minds are ready to accept it. What would you like to know? Ah, the eternal. We are all part of the consciousness of the cosmos. Each of us plays a tiny role in the universe's continual journey toward understanding itself. You and I, and the rats and the mantis swarms. Divinity is in us all, and the eternal is that divinity. Everyone, regardless of ability to believe, is another facet of the universe contemplating its own existence. The point of no return. When your mind fully opens to the eternal truth. Every philosophist experiences it along the path to enlightenment. For many, it is the first brush with the cold of death, when they realize that all of their lives have boiled down into the single truth of that moment. Mine was witnessing my friend and colleague transform into the very evil we sought to combat. Now he runs MSI, just like the overlords before him. Sanjar Nandi. He leads MSI out of Stellar Bay. Such a shame, the way his sensibilities have been corrupted over time. Not in the sense of a single entity, fashioning the universe as a whittler fashions a flute. The universe came into being over time, organically, naturally, and without purpose. In that sense, I suppose you could say that, in the interest of finding its purpose, the universe itself created all living things. Questions like these are distractions. It doesn't matter whether an entity sparked the universe or not. Only by pursuing the eternal truth will we find these and other answers. All right. The iconoclasts are free folk. We live under our rules, motivated by our own beliefs, all petals on the same flower of enlightenment. Meanwhile, the board strangles the will of its workers. It is the penultimate exercise of a poisoned society where people are enslaved by a corporate ladder. We seek to replace their way of life with ours. Philosophism is the key to unlocking their shackles. This is not anarchy. Society requires structure, Captain. It is just that the board's structure is killing the colony. Ours will not. Why have you come? A great many things, in fact.
We could always use a hand rounding up supplies.
Or... Now here's an idea. There's an old printing press I've been trying to get up and running. Oh yes, many facilities lie abandoned in the wilderness. I believe the press could be operational again with a little elbow grease and luck.
Sounds to me like a nifty little challenge.
Such enthusiasm, yes. I agree wholeheartedly. Our own little fixer-upper. Will you aid us in our cause? Wonderful. I requisitioned replacement rollers for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday. Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Wait, where is Huxley?
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead. One of our sympathizers, a woman named Carlotta, periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar Bay's store. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly, though the goods now come at a considerable markup. She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north. Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and medicine? Graham, If you need me, I'll be in triage.
Hey, you! What do you think you're doing?
Captain, let's talk.
Incoming! I'm getting through.
Fiz merda.
This won't fly!
It's up to us now, Captain. Here you go. I'm getting through.
Huh? What was that? What was that? I'd better take a look.
I better take a look.
What was that? I'd better take a look.
What was that? Take a look. I'm gonna take a look. There you are!
Who's there?
Down there! Get him! What was that?
Estou matando todo mundo.
Got you! I've got you in my sight. They're here somewhere.
Huh? What was that?
Iconoclast! Ah! Iconoclast! No! Get him! Somebody kill them! I Somebody. All right, there you are. Here somewhere. What was that? What was that? Yeah? What was that? What was that? What was that? I thought I saw something. Get out. Knocking him down. I think I saw something. That's not right. I'm gonna take it. Better take a look. Better check it out.
What was that? Thought I saw something. Better check it out. What was huh? Thought I saw. What was that? Huh?
What was that?
Damn you!
I better take a look. Who's there? Huh? What was that?
Better take a
What
look.
was that?
Terminando a comunidade aqui, vai ser.
Got you! Shit! Anybody see it? Hiding? Let's see. There you are! They're here somewhere!
fiz a limpa aqui. Acho que tem munição pra porra, mas... Não dá pra dar uma geral, né? Pra vender.
Something. What was that? What was that?
Bora, né? Bater a porra da comunidade todinha, velho.
What was that?
Here they come! It's fine! Hit! The kid's gone down!
Take a look.
Seems like a nice little town. Except for all the big critters.
The folks in Amber Heights always manage to find a bottle or two of the good stuff. Keen scavengers, I tell you.
Dá pra usar aqui, né? 58, 58. Nada, né? Qual o nível da minha armadura? T4. Vamos ver, tá pagando. Missão que eu tô, eu nem vi.
Oh, you're back. Please tell me you found my baby boy. Where is he? Where's my little Tucker? No. I told him how dangerous the wilderness was. I warned him and warned him. The creatures wandering outside these walls are vicious, ravenous. I knew they'd slaughter my boy. Wait, are you sure it wasn't someone else? Maybe my little boy's all right. How could you know it was him? That's Tucker's ring. His daddy gave it to him and he never took it off since. How did you... No, no, it can't be. He's not dead, not my child, not my sweet Tucker. I promise I always look out for him. Take the money. Just please leave me to grieve.
What was it like in Edgewater? I hear you workers were on the clock every available moment.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consistent. Whew. Smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload salt tuna shipments at the cannery.
You'll get used to it. Give it 10 or 15 years. Can we talk?
Here they come!
Attacking! Here we go!
Don't mess with us.
Watch your feet. The sulfur pools don't just stink. They'll take a toe off.
Moleque, da estrada. Cara.
edges are burnt. I guess people did this, not the wilds.
What happened here?
We ought to be quick about this.
Essa arma é boa. 82.
I need to talk to you, Captain.
Yeah, huh?
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous. Really? Here I was steeling myself for inevitable rejection. I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were. First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to bury. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together. Thanks, Cap.
Nossa, longe pra caralho, eu achei que era perto. Véio. As mulheres disse que era perto, não faz sentido nenhum. Não, vamos pra missão normal. Nem sei o que era, acho que era essa. Tá subir.
With us.
I'm ready for this.
Personagem. Puta merda. Cai no buraco e me fodei. Não escala, velho. Não faz sentido, não escala. Passa aí. Caralho, filha da puta. Meu Deus, velho. Pior que eu não salvei o jogo até agora, velho. Tô fodido. Se dá TP pra algum canto. Deixa eu dar TP pra algum canto aí, ó. Nem que seja pra cá. Tá. Vou voltar tudo.
What do you think of the unreliable Parvati?
There's always something to fix, and it's neat working in the Aether. I always took Atmo for granted. Now, if I drill through the hull, we all suffocate. Exciting, you know?
I'm not sure I wanted to know that. Being in space sets me on edge enough.
You know about stellar emissions? Actually, I probably shouldn't tell you about those. I mean, not unless you want to know how we're all likely to get spacers lung.
Right. Okay. When we get back to the ship, I'm drinking this conversation right out of my recollection.
Look! I didn't mean what I said about your outfit. It's very fashionable, I swear.
Gotta get over there. Maybe they're still alive. Dang, that's impressive.
Cara. Caralho, como que destranca isso? Perigosmo. 75 não é muito bom. Olha essas coisas depois. Como é que tá pesado, né? Desgraça. Cara, tá pesadão ainda, velho. O ESSE. Tem que eliminar mais um aí. Essa é tua. Ou tu. A tua é mais fraca. Aí já tocou. Vou voltar pra cá pra chegar aqui. Deixa eu dar tempo aí pra cá que fica mais fácil. Seguindo reto. Talento. Triângulo, preço do vendedor. Fica melhor. Olha. Perdi já. Aqui por cima. Acho que é por aqui, velho. Que acho que tem que dar a volta. Que aqui em cima não tem passagem. Por aqui.
Fallbrook's on the other side of the bridge there if you need a drink. We're only halfway to the mountain, so might consider stopping in. Look northwest. That ain't it, but marauders sometimes camp inside the buildings there. Steer clear unless you fancy getting shot.
Esse é muito escuro,
Westbound
velho.
still. I'll let you know when we can start ascending.
Por aqui mesmo? Eu não saí lá pra cima ainda, velho. Tem que voltar e seguir reto aqui. Vou dar uma entrada aqui pra ver sobre o código de acesso. Caralho, é bizarro de escuro essa porra. Tem uma coisa aqui na frente.
This'll be fun. Here I go. That's gotta hurt. Poor cat. All right. Don't mess with us.
Vai lá de novo. Tem uma máquina. Tem uma máquina aqui pra vender as coisas. Uma cidade aqui. Seis quilômetros. Tem acesso.
I call this Rotting River, on account of all the dead things I've thrown in it over the years. It'll take you into the Devil's Peak Caverns if you follow it under the bridge. That's one option. Other's the slope up. If you're up for some fun, let's chat. I'm on it. Here we go. Down they go. Perfection.
Se bota essa mulher aqui é muito roubada, velho. Ela dá mais dano do que eu, velho. Porra, é essa? O bagulho vai pegar. Não consigo não, que eu tô muito pesado. Só vai aqui na loja. Esse lugar tem loja. Não tá fechado. Vou usar esse. Não diesel não. Eu consigo dar TP pra cá. Se tem alguma loja por perto aqui.
You ever been off Monarch, Nyoka? Before you met the captain, I mean.
Nah, I mostly just drank and hunted. As soon as you stop to dream of other things, that'll be the day something sneaks up and eats you.
Don't fret, I'm watching your back now. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose.
Well, I'll be damned. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
Yeah. Vou vender tudo, velho. Tem que testar essa arma aqui. Cara, ela custa 1.500. Esse aqui eu tenho um já. Deixa eu até trocar aqui que eu vou usar. Tá precisando de conserto, eu uso isso aqui. Tudo tá precisando de conserto. Não, vou ficar só com essas armas aqui, né? O resto 58. Aqui tá 82. 99. Não. 126. É mais forte do que ela. Tem menos bala, né? Tem. Vou usar ela. Comando só de elite. Capacete de vencer. Capacete de controle de ação. Cada uma de uma coisa. Vou fazer da missão, né?
Great work.
Galera, que peço. Cara, eu tô sendo um chato, o maluco falou comigo, eu nem vi, velho. Cara, não é terror não, irmão, é de aventura, ação. Acho que é isso.
Something's not right.
Eu vou morrer.
On it, Captain!
Nível 13 não dá, velho. Tô no nível alto pra caralho, velho. Valeu, disfarce holográfico ativo. Vamos ver aqui se funciona. Eles vão me atacar na hora que me ver.
I don't know what's worse. The taste of Borston beer. Here we go!
We're pretty good at this.
Velho, cara. Acho que não é 30 e pouco ainda. 38. 10. 36. Isso aqui com 46. Não dá pra pegar mais, né?
This factory offers the loveliest aromas, like if you cooked borscht over a sulfur pit.
Do diabo.
Look up. That makeshift bridge, we gotta cross it. First we go under, then hook around to the left, then up and over.
On it, Captain. I see you there. I'm getting fly on my watch, kid. Can't get past that armor. Shocking him won't work.
Essa arma aqui é podre, é horrível. Não dá quase nada dentro. Deixa eu botar 12 de volta que dá essa. um jeito de subir aqui. Pra aqui.
I'm on it. Here goes nothing.
Tunnel here. Ah, shit. That's a big one. We can tiptoe around to the left, or...
I see it there. That's smart.
Vou pra pegar aqui. Falar com o guerreiro ali. Poder armar essa chance.
That assist was a violation of corporate law if I ever saw one. Since it was to my benefit, and we're largely in lawless lands, I'll look the other way. C3 owes you one, stranger. You haven't seen Constance, have you? Ah, there's her torso. That'll be her legs over yonder, never mind. I'm Bertold.
What in the void are you thinking, creeping around a mannequin like that?
At the time, I was thinking, please don't see me, oh law, I don't want to die, nah nah nah. Now I'm thinking it was stupid to come in here. Killing marauders and hooligans, as I am handsomely paid to do. Of course, as me and Constance discovered, they ain't the only forms of life inhabiting these caverns. I owe you a debt for saving my neck, stranger, and I mean to pay it. There's a station up the way. It's where my C3s are posted. We can talk more there where it's safe. I'll be on my way, once I've gathered up Constance's parts.
Cara, não vi a porra da mina. Depois eu vou pegar aqui. Que é a do líder. Só isso. Deixa eu ter alguma coisa que prestava aqui, ó. Só item lixo. Ok. Não. Vou ver aqui. Lança-chamas. 34. Isso aqui. 58. Que eu tô usando é quanto? 82, a diferença do cara. 70.
And here we are. Told you we'd make it in one piece. Station ain't too far now.
I owe you for bringing the boss man back to us. I owe you for bringing the boss man back to us.
Got some nimble fingers, Captain. Making it look easy.
Nice.
Não é pra ter um cara aqui pro cara falar, não.
I owe you for bringing the boss man back to us.
Olha aí, tá bugado isso aqui. Lá no outro. É o careca, né, que tá com ele. O careca não, o cara com capacete esquerdo. Não sei pra onde ele foi.
Hey you, get over here! There are marauders up ahead!
Oh no.
This station's under the protection of the corporate compliance crew. You a marauder? 'Cause me and my sunshine, that's my gun if you were wondering, we don't take kindly to marauders. Is that a trick question? Never mind. Marauders ain't smart enough to be asking those.
That's good, I guess, as I wasn't looking forward to double tapping you. You're clear, but I would caution you against pressing on ahead. This station's plumb crawling with marauders, you know? Me and Sunshine are doing exactly what we've been tasked with, and that's guarding these big old Devil's Peak horns. There is nothing I'd enjoy more, but the C3s play it by the book. Usually. Go petition the boss man. Maybe you can convince him to alter my duties. You ought to talk to my crew. They're guarding a small barracks to the southeast, by the edge of the mountain. See that path that runs underneath that giant archway? Follow it on down. There's a little station near the cliff. You'll find the rest of my crew there.
Impressionante como não vara nada, velho. Rapaziada, levanta aí, velho. Preciso da ajuda de vocês aqui. Tem muito cara aqui.
That's how it's done, Captain. Hiram must have sealed the door. He spooks easy.
Se tem entrar, ver se tem nada pra pegar aqui. Vambora.
You may not realize this, being as you're an outsider, but the blaring alarms indicate that don't leave already.
We'll see about that.
Score, Cap!
$60, velho. que essa aqui é 82, né? Essa aqui é especial, eu não vou vender não. Deixa aí.
Here's the elevator, but it ain't gonna budge while this place is on lockdown. Guess we keep moving forward. Look for another way up.
I can't tell if you're brave or simply touched in the head. What in the galaxy are you doing sniffing around my station? Unless you are, in fact, trying to suicide by Marauder? And you, Nyoka, what are you doing lugging a stranger into my station?
You could use the socialization, you son of a bitch. Also, he hired me.
To what purpose? I happen to have some significant problems I am dealing with right now. Marauders, running out of purple berry wine 3 days ago, not being able to bloody broadcast. No. We'll deal with information-related business later. As I said, there are bigger problems threatening my life and livelihood at this very moment. The Marauders want me dead. And since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I need you to clear out the threat. As my newest contractor, you may call me the Broker.
Or we can call you Hiram, on account of that's your damn name, and doubly on the account of the Broker being a dumbass alternative.
What? Everyone calls me that, aside from you. You're here, and you're armed, aren't you? The feed's gone grainy, but it looks like you're packing deadly force. I know Nyoka is, for sure. I barricaded the broadcast center, but I can only hold out for so long. Clear the Marauders out, and I'll pay you double the going rate. They destroy the transmission equipment, and I'll be out of business. The elevator and doors to the second floor are back online. Hurry before I have to lock them down again. Too many, considering I hired a bunch of no-good mercs to keep them out in the first place. Already they've caused considerable damage to the station's property. If they take down the broadcast equipment, I'll be out of a job, permanently. Aside from the bits I'll be paying you, you said you wanted something from me, something information-related. I'll give it to you, in person, once I'm safe.
Great work.
tá no lado do cara, o cara tá com um indivíduo que não mata ele, velho. Não é incompetente da porra. Cadê a outra? A outra é melhor, velho. A outra tem metralhadora. Ela mata mais rápido os caras. Ela tá morta aqui no chão.
That's the last of them, I think.
Lá em cima ainda. Você quer queimar.
Marauder free at last. I'll get the door. You hurry on in.
Caramba, tá me arregaçando aqui, velho.
Nicely done.
Damn, but I like the way you fight, stranger. Wish we could...
Não dá TP, né? Que eu não vou andar isso aqui tudo de novo, não. Pra lá. Ah, eu vou ter que andar, né? Que não tá podendo. Não sei. Vou ter que ir andando mesmo. E vinha por onde era.
I don't know what it is, but my gun's been acting funny. Used to be, I had to correct for a bit of leftward drag.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me. Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself? Oh. I suppose that means you aren't here for the salt tuna. Yes, that's it. Channel your anger. I only wish I could do the same.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
I don't... Dang it, Captain, that's not right. Folks on Monarch shouldn't have to suffer just because the board says so.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious. Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended. With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting with the Bolt 52, we won't need to advertise anymore. We can stop our transmissions altogether.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in, these days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons. Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. What can I do for you? You're just as rigid as the old executive committee. Why, we've hardly been able to get a clear message out until recently.
When Graham finally shut up.
It isn't easy keeping a town like Stellar Bay afloat, especially without the board's backing. We need that frequency to reach our trading partners. Indeed. That's why it's imperative that MSI be reinstated onto the board. And the first step is getting the Bolt 52. Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes. I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws. Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1. As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. Ah, so you've heard about our prior acquaintance. I suppose you're right. Graham's always had a way with words. Strange as it may seem, I suspect he'd have quite the corporate career if he weren't so radical. Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago. We both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable. I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely. Reforms are humane, but they're also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
Hear, hear. That may not be the way the colony works, but it damn well oughta.
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else. Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as savages. I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently. Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation. I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Boat 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
It's straight bullshit is what it is. A fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments, by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous?
I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people is too minor a figure into the board's risk assessments. Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way. What can I do for you?
Calma, esse 49. Tem que consertar essas armas, velho. As armaduras tá, né?
Did you have a sweetheart in Stellar Bay?
Had a fling or two, sure. But on Monarch, relationships ain't usually meant to last.
Attacking!
Esse jogo é escuro pra
As I was
caralho.
saying, a lot of fools tried to impress me.
Como é que tem uma seta em cima? Pô, se não fosse a seta, o cara não via nada.
So anyway, a lot of fools tried to impress me, feigning bravado in the
Menina,
wild.
bizarro, velho. Caralho, tá muito
Only
escuro.
things you'll find in the ruins are liable to shoot you or eat you. Or both.
I wonder who used to live here. Do you suppose anyone remembers anymore?
Here, and a Meta Queen showed up. Then Raptidons, who's a void-blasted mess. I ran in here and, now the door's locked. Little help? It's easier than it sounds, alright? Next time you get chased by Raptidons, you let me know the rationality of your decisions. Phew. Thanks, mister. My buddy had a key, but I ain't heard him in a while. He locked me in here and took off. Probably got munched. So look for a dead guy, I guess. Or a rat. Maybe it's in a rat belly. Gross. Sure. Beats not answering questions. Huxley! I'm an Iconoclast runner. The Iconoclast runner. Fastest we've got. Ain't a Raptidon on this void-forsaken hellhole that can catch me. I'm... sorry. Put me in a tiny room like this and I'm liable to flip. Not keen on tight spaces, you know? Oh, that'd be my people. Graham and Zora and Milton and... I really miss them. You gonna let me out of here? I want to get back to Amber Heights. My buddy locked me in here. I told you that. It was for my safekeeping, on account of Raptidons wanting to munch on my head. But, I mean, okay, yes, fine. I get myself into sticky situations. It's just part of life, alright? Sometimes you gotta hide in a trash can so you don't get eaten by monsters. Oh, neither was I. Who'd hide in a trash can? Gross. Probably. I don't know. When I try to read things, my mind gets to wandering about all the things I could be doing instead.
you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and I was getting a mite lightheaded, and I think maybe I was gonna die. Now I'm out here, and I'm headed back to Amber Heights.
Still landing yourself in trouble, eh, Hux?
Oh, hi, Nyoka. You mind giving me an escort back home? Oh, you're traveling with someone. Never mind. Oh, sure, I'm a runner. I'm used to getting all dizzy, and hey, who's your identical, slightly blurry friend? But I ain't got nothing on me. How's about a heaping helping of appreciation and respect? That's true. Okay, fine. Here. Yes, sir.
Look out!
Quer atacar a mim?
We may. He's coming!
Feels like the old bits outside of Edgewater. Used up, unneeded, left to settle into ruin.
Don't bother knocking on any doors. If anyone's inside, they're liable to respond with gunfire.
I see the iconoclasts have expanded their quarrel to include you. Ah, fractious bunch, aren't they? Anyway, what can I do for you? You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it. Yes, but then you would have known. This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them. One of the executives required a transplant. I thought volunteering to donate might improve my prospects. Apparently not. Oh, perhaps they were right. After all, what have I built? Stellar Bay is barely keeping afloat. Please, I can't think about this right now. Celia, schedule 30 minutes of inconsolable weeping later today.
I'll pad it out with an extra 15, sir.
Now, was there something else you need? Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less. What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon, and proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board. Sort of. Really, we're just going to blackmail them into offering us a seat at the table.
But really, whatever gets you excited about the idea. It's definitely a firm middle finger.
That's what I like to hear. I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
Those bastards. Leave us to our perils, then come back just to reap what they can.
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are. Already? If only the rest of the colony operated as efficiently as you. Imagine what a different state we'd be in, hmm? I'll complete the Bolt 52 in no time. I dare say it'll be my second greatest achievement after the reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge? I'm working on a plan to reorganize the board. Slowly, peacefully, and with meticulous documentation.
What's gonna happen to the people here when the board figures out what you're doing?
Well, by that point, my hope is that we'll be on the board once more.
Maybe I'm worrying too much, but it seems the folks here get plans made for them an awful lot. When do they get to start making plans for themselves?
Once MSI is restored, the people of Monarch will be able to make more choices. We'll have all the brands and resources of the board here. But truly, I am getting ahead of myself. First, I need to submit the Bolt 52. With that data you're holding, of course. I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us.
gunship just went down. I dearly hope I'm not the only one who saw that. Celia thinks I'm overdoing it with the pet pills. I was hoping Hiram had more information on that ship. Where is he? I dearly hope so. We could use the gunship's armaments to defend Stellar Bay, but we need its targeting module. Please, get to the ship and retrieve it. I've sent my own people, but the remaining iconoclasts are rallying. If they get that weaponry, they'll undo all we've worked for.
I hope Edgewater don't end up like this.
This is what you get when a corporation takes a dump and walks off without cleaning it up.
You sure we ought to go this way, Captain?
Be a great warm-up.
lá.
I'll keep an eye on things out here.
Yeah, me too. You have fun, Captain.
Hello, my name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again and again that without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils. Hello, my name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again and again that without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow
Esse
through our
bagulho tortão aqui tá me incomodando.
direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit soil in 30 seconds. Signing off for what is probably the last time.
If the iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful monarch. I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the iconoclasts. They're all mad! And what's more, they left us! I don't see any way for us to work together. Ugh, not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge and become whatever I wish. You too?
He has a point, sir. And it's not all bad.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts. I'm afraid not. Most of them left Stellar Bay under some notion that any corporate organization was tyranny. If their leadership is gone, there'll be no controlling them. I don't think there's anything we can do. But it was a good effort on your part. Well, because the module controls the weapons systems. Because once we mount them on Stellar Bay's walls, no Marauder or Raptidon will ever be a threat to us again. Stellar Bay will be as secure as any other settlement in Halcyon. The board's own Salvage and Recovery Clause 32B would say differently.
And they won't dare challenge us over this. Not after the data you found on their experiments here. Don't worry. We'll send an engineering team for those later. We'll have to disconnect them from the rest of the ship.
Of course, they'll be useless without that targeting module, which is why it's critical that you retrieve it.
Which is also why we can't let the iconoclasts get them.
Can you imagine what those maniacs would do with weapons like that? They'd wreak havoc.
And roll back all the progress we've made at reconciling with the rest of Halcyon.
Oh, I've known their ilk long enough. Even if they merely sat on the scraps, the threat of a bunch of anarchists holding a gunship would bring the full wrath of the board down on Monarch. We can't afford that.
I'm skeptical they'd care enough to wipe us out, but if they did, we wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh, you see our quandary then. Good, because we haven't a moment to lose. That's surprising. The board's equipment is usually in top shape. After all, they have first access to any fresh parts or components. A conspiracy? You've spent too much time around Graham. Excellent! At last, we have what we need.
I wouldn't get excited just yet, sir. It looks like the iconoclasts followed you. I have word they're gathering in the ruins outside of town.
I'm afraid we've got to fight them. They'd knock our walls down trying to get that module. It looks like this means war.
He's right, sir. You don't sound very convincing.
Well, I didn't ask for a performance review, did I? I'll lock the south gate to keep them out. You'll have to approach from the north. Good luck.
Good luck.
You ever worry all that ammo in your berth might combust?
What? Wait, it can do that?
All it takes is a little bit of black powder next to a lot of bits of fertilizer and one real hot day, and let's see what happens.
I don't know what's more unsettling. The concept of my ammunition spontaneous.
Só uma merda, cara.
I'm ready for this. We're not getting through. Let go! Nice hit! We're done here. Waste of company ammo. Here we go.
Mas ó. Cara, não vi que eu tô com pouca vida, velho. Tá aqui.
Ah, forget it. Heard something. What was that? Here we go! That ain't working!
So it's all MSI all the time now, huh? Here's hoping they can actually fight against the war.
Wish that ship had never crashed. I should have ripped its guts out, blown it apart. I gotta stop this. Even if it made you mad.
Cara, eu tô com 1500 balas de pistola. Porra.
You're back! And in one piece. Does this mean you, I mean we, won?
We did indeed, sir.
I can't believe it! Not that I'm really surprised, but... well, maybe a little. You did it! I mean, we did it! Between our reinstatement on the board and the gain of this ship, we'll usher in a new age of prosperity for the people of Monarch.
I'm right glad to hear it, Mr. Sanjar. Folks around here could use a good turn.
And perhaps in time, I can use my position on the board to turn things around for the rest of Halcyon. I shall. Perhaps I'll write you a brief. Anyhow, thank you. And good luck to you. What can I do for you? Quite well, actually. It's astounding how much our quality of life has improved without Graham's lunatics breathing down our necks. Our residents are reporting increased productivity during their shifts and improved satisfaction in their leisure time. And since we're back in the board's good graces, we've got real growth prospects to look forward to.
Uma máquina quente. Dá pra usar esses dois aqui. A merda que vai ficar, mas... Consertar essa zona. Isso. Justo. Vai, mas voltando.
Impeccable timing, Captain. I was about to watch the late... We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
I've just finished reading a report of your work on Monarch. The broadcasts have been silenced at last. Graham Bryant was a madman, a narcissist, and exceedingly dangerous. Colony is safer without him. Your work is exemplary. You've earned a place in the chairman's inner circle. Congratulations are in order. Now we introduce you to the chairman's plan. Turn your eyes to the screen.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. individuals will be revived on a rotating basis so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time?
Yes, Miss Holcomb, we knew why. We've known for some time that Edgewater was dying. The colony itself is dying. The suffering you experienced in Edgewater, the disease, the starvation, will soon spread across Halcyon unless we act.
Guess Monarch folk ain't the only ones fucked around here. That ain't exactly an uplifting thought.
I know your face. Stellar Bay's most infamous hunter. How curious that you've thrown your lot in with the captain. Monarch may harbor delusions of independence, but make no mistake. You are a part of our colony. If we fall, Monarch falls with us. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it. We need to talk about Emerald Vale. I will be frank, Edgewater was a lost cause. I never expected the settlement to survive another year. But then, you came along. I don't know how you managed to convince a faction of disloyal workers to return to their posts. In fact, Edgewater is more productive than ever before. Every worker in Edgewater will be expedited into our lifetime employment program. Well done, Captain. That town owes you an enormous debt. Edgewater's workers have proven themselves valuable. When the time comes to place our most loyal workers in suspended animation, they're going to be the first in line. You should be proud of yourself, Captain. You're on the verge of making history. There's just one last job I need you to do for me. I've made arrangements for you to journey to the Hope. You will board your former colony ship, reactivate its navigation systems, and skip the colony ship into orbit around Tartarus. Once the Hope is in position, we will have everything we need to begin healing the colony. You've proven yourself more than capable. I don't know if there's anyone better suited to this mission than you. Give yourself some credit, Captain. You've come this far without dying in some senseless accident. Clearly, the Architect has a plan for you. Technology, Captain. The same technology that allowed you and your fellow colonists to make the journey from Earth to Halcyon. Under the Lifetime Employment Program, every suitable worker in Halcyon will be placed in suspended animation. The Hope is the perfect storage facility for the colony's workers. I won't lie to you. We're going to have to dispose of some of the Hope's settlers in order to make room for Halcyon's rotating workforce. But try to understand, many of your fellow settlers are beyond saving. They've been frozen for far too long, and the revival process would be lethal. Convenience. The Hope is a massive ship and we'll need to make use of it. Our facilities in Tartarus will benefit from having the ship within orbit. The Hope has been out of commission for years. You'll need to connect your own ship to the Hope's auxiliary power supply. Then make your way to the Hope's bridge. Your ship's computer will activate the Hope's skip drive and bring you into orbit around Tartarus. I have the highest faith in your abilities, Captain. You and I are going to save Halcyon together.
Olha aqui, né? Pô, eu tô com muito dinheiro, velho.
Are turning over a new leaf?
Caiu a live, não foi? Vou parar aqui. A live tá meio esquisita. Acho que voltou ao normal. Dá 4 horas já tá bom. 3 horas e 15 de live. Valeu, tamo junto. De noite a gente continua a parte 4. Valeu.